Okay, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, another video. We are about to react to Nipsey Hussle, Blue Laces 2, right? We're about to get straight into this reaction slash breakdown video because I know you guys are so excited. You can't wait. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. Soulful brother. Very talented. Loved by so many people. Right, very influential, very inspirational, had a strong heart of a lion. So shout out Nipsey, always giving game to the youth, dropping knowledge through his music and even outside of his music in just how to be a man, how to hustle, how to grind, mentality, mindset, that sort of thing. So shout out Nipsey Hussle, man. We're about to break down and get into Blue Laces 2, which is one of my favorite tracks from Nipsey Hussle. It's just such a vibe, you know, like even Nipsey in this photo right now, like that's the vibe that I get from this album, Victory Lap. You know, Nipsey talks about victory lap, marathon. You know, life is literally a marathon. So it's the perfect metaphor that he uses. You know, pace yourself, right? It's not a sprint. Even Jay-Z said it's a marathon, not a sprint. You guys start off fast, then you're wheezing in the back. You know, Jay-Z said that. So make the right moves and go at a steady pace. Beats running fast, trying to get ahead, and then being left all the way behind, and you can barely even get up and keep running. For example, if you sold your soul, you know. But anyway, let's get into the video right now. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and let's break it down.
Mogul and they know that. Logo on my flow mat. Courtside Chamberlain throwback match my Rolex.
Just already out the gate, just beautiful. Like this is the type of track that just makes you want to roll up a blunt and just smoke and ride, you know, smoke and ride. Like Mogul and they know that, you know, Chamberlain jersey matched the throwback or whatever. What did he say? My watch is like Chamberlain jersey, like same color, like purple and yellow. Lakers, because he's from LA as well. You know, kind of flexing a little bit, but just the vibes already out the gate.
Logo on my flow mat. Courtside Chamberlain throwback match my Rolex.
Chamberlain throwback match my Rolex. Just is dope. The imagery, dope. Flexing, you know, how he's dressed and all that. But also being a mogul. So he's an influential, powerful person. Right? Business person. Entrepreneur. That's who he was, you know, so already.
Everywhere I go flex, valet park on some low shit. Whole lot of smoke in that Rory, that thing poke. Burning rubber, wearing cameras, they was undercovers. Under pressure, made statements turned on their brothers.
Just the imagery. He's also rhyming multiple syllables as well. You know, loke shit, and then whatever he said with that, loke shit, go quick. Oh, you know, that wasn't the lyric, but he's rhyming multiple syllables. But his flow is just laid back, beautiful, and just the shit that he's saying just flows perfectly. He doesn't waste words. It's just right there. It's just perfect. So let's go back a bit.
Whole lot of smoke in that Rory, that thing poke. Burning rubber, wearing cameras, they was undercovers. Under pressure, made statements turned on their brothers.
under pressure statements turned on their brothers. They had cameras, they were wearing cameras, painting the picture of the street life, undercover police, um, catching niggas doing certain shit and niggas turning, folding, snitching. They turned on their brothers, right? But then even the burning rubber, the watch, Rari, potent, smoking weed and all that, how he paints the picture of all of those different things. It all just paints the picture really well. You know, the vibes, you know, Rari, potent, weed, potent, laid back, nice jersey on, nice watch. It all matches, color coordinated. He's feeling himself. He's feeling himself. And he's a mogul, powerful. He's painting the picture of what it looks like towards the end of, not the end of his success because there's no end, but in terms of the marathon, he's towards the end of his career as opposed to the beginning. So it's like he's reflecting back and just reminiscing and feeling into the vibe and just reflecting on the journey and just how much success he has now versus where he came from and the bruises and cuts and downfalls and everything about it. Now he gets to just ride in a Rari and flex. He deserves it. All that hustling, all that grind. Now this is the victory lap. You know, when you're already successful, you do another victory lap. So he's already successful. Now he's doing a victory lap. That's what this album is. You know, that's why he's driving around in a Rari and smoking and, you know, dope.
Never judge you, but the streets will never love you. I wonder what it come to in your brain for you to run to. Once the haters.
Woo. The streets will never love you. I wonder what would make you run to. You know, he's rhyming. I like the way he's rhyming. The ones that hate us, right? So he's painting the picture.
I wonder what it come to in your brain for you to run to. Once the haters, handcuff us and maces. Call us dumb niggas cause our culture is contagious.
Woo. Talking about the police now. Call us dumb niggas. Handcuff us, mace us. Call us dumb niggas because our culture is contagious. That's a fact. You've got so many white kids listening to rap music, rap culture, hip hop. We influence the whole world, man. Hip hop influences all races, but you know, the police get jealous and they start hating because maybe their daughter or their son is bumping Nipsey Hussle in the whip. And he's like, what is this nigger music? What is this black people music and all of this profanity? Turn this off. My brain can't take this. Put on some pop. Put on some country shit. My brain can't take this. You know, maybe it's a bit of that. And then when they see people like Nipsey or black people out in the streets, they start hating a little bit. Could be.
Third generation South Central gangbangers. I live long enough to see it change. Think it's time we make arrangements. Finally wiggle out that maze. Find me out in different places. And the smoke by the door, this the infiltration.
Nah.
Double back dressed in blue laces.
Nah. Oh, the way he put that together. Oh, beautiful. This the infiltration. Third generation gangbangers. Watching it change. Now it's time to make arrangements. Make some changes, right? So he knows the conditions that they're brought up in, the effect that they have on the youth. They've been gangbanging for so many generations. It's time to make changes now. The infiltration, which is him bringing in the higher consciousness, the smart, intelligent, mogul, business, you know, being independent. These are things that Nipsey preaches or is an advocate of. Even getting your health together, getting your money together, not being controlled by any entities or the industry, being real, being authentic, speaking from your soul, your heart, saying dope shit with substance. That's the shit that he's about. The journey, the grind, all of that shit. So that's what he's advocating to the youth. And that causes the generation the generational cycle to change, to flip when new ideas, higher frequencies or higher level of consciousness is introduced, different ways to make it out. As he said, wiggle out that maze. He's trying to get you to wiggle out the mazes, that maze, the mental maze in your head where you feel lost. He's giving you guidance through his music. Super dope verse. I even want to play it back a little. I just like that segment.
Finally wiggle out that maze. Find me out in different places. And the smoke by the door, this the infiltration. Double back dressed in blue lace.
Spook by the door as well. That's a reference to a film or book. I learned that, but I don't know what it means or anything like that. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments below. But dope ass verse.
Killed Dr. Sebi, he was teaching health. I fuck with Rick Ross cause he teaching wealth.
Calm down, nigga, already out the gate. Oh, I love that shit. Slow flow, walk him down, every line, nothing wasted. I fuck with Dr. Sebi, he was teaching health. That's a fact. Right? There's a conspiracy theory that has been going around that Dr. Sebi was killed by, the elites or certain people that were targeting him because he was teaching health. He was curing cancer, AIDS, making claims like that. A lot of people had reported that they benefited from his medicine, but because he wasn't licensed or whatever, they took him to court, and he beat court, and Nipsey was going to create a documentary about Dr. Sebi and the court trial that he went through and all of his practices and the medicine that he gives and his knowledge and wisdom. Dr. Sebi was definitely a wise person that was giving natural remedies to the communities, and the reason why people say he was killed and targeted is because he would be a detriment to big pharma companies that make billions of dollars from the medication and pills and different things that they administer or give. He would run them out of business pretty much. If he's giving natural remedies, actually curing cancer, then all these high level drugs, expensive as drugs that these pharma companies keep pumping and selling, they'll go out of business. And we know about big pharma. They like to lobby. They like to have their way. So who knows what companies and people are willing to do in high positions if their position is threatened, and truth always threatens lies. So shout out Dr. Sebi, but I fuck with Dr. Sebi, he was teaching health. I fuck with Rick Ross, he was teaching wealth. So I'm guessing Rick Ross, I don't know if he has any seminars or programs, but even in Rick Ross's music, he's always talking about hustling and business, money making, being smart, on point, that sort of thing as well. So already we see where Nipsey Hussle's intentions and values lie. Wealth and health. I fuck with Dr. Sebi because he's teaching health. Your health is important. That's why he was going to do a documentary on it, because health is important. And then wealth, getting your money in order together, and not just any type of money, but leveraging yourself, having good businesses, well-structured businesses or streams of income or whatever it is. But this is the game that he's giving to the youth, as he was saying in the previous verse, as he's trying to clean up his community. This is how he's doing it.
Dr. Sebi, he was teaching health. I fuck with Rick Ross cause he teaching wealth. Dropped out of school, I'ma teach myself. Made my first meal on my own, I don't need your help.
Dropped out of school. I teach myself. I don't need your help. Fuck you. I don't need your help. I made my own meal by myself. I don't need your help. Oh my God. I made my first meal independent, putting up my own money. I teach myself. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do, or I'm a go out and hustle myself. 10 toes down and go out and get it myself and make it happen. I don't need anybody to tell me or motivate me to do certain shit. No, that just comes from within.
All black, Tom Ford, it's a special wave. City council meeting, they got Hustle speaking. $1 billion project about to crack the cement. So one of our investments has become strategic.
Woo! Big boy flexing now. $1 billion, did he say $1 billion meetings or $1 billion projects that he's launching? You know, he works with investors. He's doing things for his community, you know, seminars, projects, investments. This is the mentality that he has, and he's not just talking about it to talk about it. He's mentioning the specific things that he's already achieved. It's so sad that he passed away, man, because it's very interesting. Just like Park, as soon as Nipsey and Park really started getting into the peak of their community outreach and that sort of thing, and getting into like the peak of who they are, you know, kind of in their prime, like Park in 96, after All Eyes on Me in his prime, Nipsey in his prime, you know, beautiful album that he just dropped, probably in his prime as a man, you know, also the amount of money that he has and the businesses, it's all just peaking. And then for him to pass away then, it's really sad, but he definitely left such a strong legacy. But this is the legacy shit that he's talking about. This is the legacy, is the substance in his music. You know, even if you don't do what he's doing, he's sparking in your mind the thought to think like him or to be smart about your situations. Make smart moves.
Project about to crack the cement. So one of our investments has become strategic. Summer 18, man, such a season. About to make my partners look like fucking genius. We was in the Regal, it was me and Steve.
See, like, it's just big boy, it's just a different type of talk. About to make my partners look like geniuses, partnesses, cracking the pavement, big business, $1 billion businesses, working with certain people, and like, that's different than flexing your chain and that's it. You know what I mean? It's the way you do it. There's more substance and grit behind it when Nipsey talks about it.
We done took a dream and turned it to a zenith.
Woo! We done took a dream and turned it into a zenith. Oh my God. The zenith is like the highest point or the pinnacle of something. So we took a dream and took it to the highest point. That's exactly what I was just saying. He was like in his prime at a high point, and then unfortunately he passed away. But you could just, even in this photo, just see him like kind of reflecting. Like, it would have been such a crazy journey. I have no idea how his life was, but it would have been such a journey, such a marathon, you know what I mean? So
it was me and Steve. We done took a dream and turned it to a zenith. Anything I wanted, everything I needed. Gotta pace yourself, it's all about your baby. You can have it.
Everything I wanted, everything I needed. Dope. Gotta pace yourself, all about your breathing. Right? Perfect. Marathon, pace yourself, all about your breathing. Right? Perfect balance of putting in that work, but also taking a rest and making smart decisions along the way.
It's all about your race. I done took my name and carved it in the cement.
He's got so many one-liners, quotables. You can have it all. It's all about your reason. That's a fact. I love that. It's all about your reason, your intention behind it. You can have it all. It's all about your reason. I done took my name and carved it in the cement. Carved that motherfucker in there. That's true. That's a fact. He's Legacy lives on forever. Dope ass verse, man. Dope. Real quick before the last verse, sometimes you don't need a hook. Like, I don't know what that sample is saying, or that those vocals, but I just like how he lets it breathe. Just let the track breathe. Because remember, nighttime, blaze, top down, this is the vibe that he's going for this album and this track especially. You're just slow flow. He's slow flowing you. Slow flow so you can hear every word and just painting that picture, and you just let it breathe. Just hear the instrumentation, the production. The production's beautiful on here. Just fade out into the production, then bring back the verse again. Perfect.
I flash back on that shootout at the beach, 20 deep. You tried to squeeze, your gun jammed, and they released. Blood on your teeth. How many stains? I see 3. The bitch started to panic, so I made her switch seats. Driving there, police chopper here flying there.
Woo. So now he's talking about a shootout with him and his friend. A woman told her switch seats. Blood on your tee. How many stains? I saw 3. I love the way he's rhyming. And then told the bitch switch seats, like get in the back, like protect her. She's not used to this type of shit. Already how he paints the picture. I love the way he's rhyming.
So I made her switch seats. Driving there, police chopper here flying there. Really not too spooked, calmly ask me, am I dying now? All I know is keep you calm and collected.
Not too spooked. Calmly asked, am I dying now? That's how you know these niggas are in the streets for real. They're calm about it. Like they've done this before, many times. Regular shit, they already know what to do. Put the bitch in the back, drive, you know.
Spook calmly ask me, am I dying now? All I know is keep you calm and collected. Cracking jokes like, nigga, now you gonna be finally respected. See your blood leaking.
Woo. The imagery. Cracking jokes like, haha, nigga, now you're gonna be finally respected. Oh my God. Like, I can imagine him saying that. Like, this isn't, like, whether he said that or not, I believe that he said that. Because I can imagine him saying that. It's a realistic thing. Like, hey, but the fact that they're calm enough, or like they're so used to this shit that they can crack jokes in the middle of a nigga getting shot and not knowing if he's gonna survive and live. He's like, nigga, now you're gonna be respected. Like, joking. Like, that's some savage. It's funny. But like, nigga, you want to be funny at a time like this? But that's funny. Like, nigga, you always wanted to be respected in the hood, right? Now you're gonna be respected. You got a bullet wound. Like, you can say I got shot, haha. But like, it's funny because if he dies, none of it doesn't matter at this point. Like, being cool does not matter at this point if he's not gonna make it. You know what I mean? So, just clever.
Cracking jokes like, nigga, now you gonna be finally respected. See your blood leaking. Got my foot on this gas. Toss the 40, we pull up to Daniel Free and see crash. You know the alibi.
Toss the 40 already, so the imagery. They're driving to the hospital, see crash, which is a investigative unit that, you know, they go after gangs and things like that in America.
Gas. Toss the 40, we pull up to Daniel Free and see crash. You know the alibi. They start shooting, we was standing by. Ain't see nothing but the flare from the talons fly.
You know the alibi. They were shooting, we were standing by. Ain't seen nothing but the flares from the talons fly. So they weren't part of this. They were just standing by. He's already telling him, you already know how this goes, right? Like, we know the alibi, what we're going to say to them once we rock up, right? Because you need to go to the hospital, but there might be police there or whatever. So we need to have our story straight. They've been through this shit. You already know how it goes. We were just innocent bystanders, and we got shot in the mix. That's the story.
Start shooting, we was standing by. Ain't see nothing but the flare from the talents fly. I wasn't there, I was passing by. Matter of fact, don't say shit, I'm just gonna drop you in the back and slide.
Matter of fact, scratch that whole story. I'm gonna drop you in the back and slide. Because it's just easier to not say shit. Don't say shit. Even though that story is a perfect story, like, oh, I was, like worst case scenario, say that, but nigga, just silence. Speak to my lawyer, silence, plead the fifth, right? Even though they're not in court. But that's the type of time that they're on.
Passing by. Matter of fact, don't say shit, I'm just gonna drop you in the back and slide. That's your weed, all the cash is mine. I take them both to the spot, plus your phone till you back online.
Cash is mine, that's your weed. I take them both back to the spot, right? So he has no drugs or any money or anything on him that could get him arrested or could be suspicious. I'm going to take all the evidence back with me. We already know how this goes. Take your phone as well until you're back online, right? Until I know that you're healthy, you're alive, you're well. Then I can give you your shit back and we can laugh about it and crack jokes about it later. But now we're on missions. We're on mission time right now. Dope, man. And he's holding a 3-syllable multi throughout that entire verse. Back and slide. Flares from the talons fly. Have to cry. He didn't say have to cry, but that's what he's doing. Back and slide. Passing by. Alibi. He's 3-syllable multi throughout that entire verse, and it's just perfect. Perfectly put together. He told that story. To tell a story in a short verse and to have every line hit and rhyme really well without wasting too many words, without dragging out the story but not being too short, it's just perfect. It's perfect. So shout out Nipsey Hussle, man. He kind of had the Midas touch in a way as well. He definitely did have that, especially on some of these verses and tracks. So rest in peace. Shout out Nipsey Hussle. Shout out his family. Anyone that's been affected, obviously, by him passing. But yeah, we lost a great one, man. We lost a lion. We lost a lion, a warrior. So we keep him alive by listening to his music and keeping his name alive, But yeah, man, this is a timeless track to me. I really like this track. Let me know if you guys want me to react to more Nipsey Hussle or if you want me to react to a different artist. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That's the end of the video. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.